the individuals. And Texas A&M has a great story to tell. We've got a great tradition in education, and it's a great investment, and people are stepping forward to help with that.
And this is going to mean a great deal to Texas A&M University.
No question. As we go into the 21st century, our ability to do all that we want to do and are capable of doing for our students, for our library, for our faculty, for our laboratories, this is going to help ensure that we continue and accelerate our momentum into the next century.
Dr. Mobley, thank you for coming on. We've got the band coming in now.
Great.
Okay. The Fighting Texas Aggie Band that you can see, and the Red Pots are coming ahead, marching towards the bonfire. All right, Bill Kibler has come in here. Bill, this is Bill Kibler, who's the coordinator of the bonfire on the staff here at the university. Tell us what's going on there now.
Well, they just exchanged the torches, which means the band has come in and lit the Red Pots torches, and now the Red Pots are leading the elders and the band down into the perimeter where they will light the staff.
So they, well, I understand they're going to go around the bonfire 3 times, is that right?
Yeah, they'll go in and they'll march around, and then the band will be in position, and then the Red Pots will position themselves around the fire, and then all at the same time they'll throw their torches on the fire to light it.
Okay, we ought to have a big fire in just a short time, right?
That's exactly true.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you very much.
This is always the fun part, Don, when the anticipation for the actual lighting of the fire, and the band will march around 3 times before it happens.
That's right. We're going to have some other folks on here in a minute, but we'll take a little break before we get the fire lit.
Well, as they march around, a reminder, you are watching the 1992 Texas Aggie Bonfire.
Attention gardeners, now you can...
While we're waiting for the fire to be lit, we can talk a little bit more about all that's going on campus.
That's right, and I have somebody here who's very important to Texas A&M University. I have the direct Fighting Texas Aggie Band, Lieutenant Colonel Ray Tolley.
Howdy.
Howdy, that's right. That's a traditional greeting at Texas A&M to say howdy. Ray, how long have you been here now as director?
Well, I've been here 4 years as director. I'm in my 4th year this year, Don. Thank you.
You came to us from the Air Force.
That's right. I retired from the Air Force and came here, and just loving it.
Well, the Texas Aggie Band is known throughout the country for their precision maneuvers, and we heard them just now march by the stand here as they're marching out towards the field. But tell me, how can you get all of those intricate maneuvers done in the short practice time that you have?
Well, I should probably say it's magic, but it's a lot of hard work, really, and men and women that are in the band really work hard, about 8 or 9 hours a week putting that all together to memorize the music and do a new drill each week.
Anybody who's watching that would like to be in the Texas Aggie Band, how could they arrange to do that?
Come in and talk to us if they've been playing in their high school band, or if they're here at college and have played in their bands before and are willing to join the Corps of Cadets. We'd be glad to have them.
Okay, it's not easy being in the Aggie Band, but it's very rewarding.
Well, it's a challenge, that's for sure, living a regimented lifestyle, being in the Corps of Cadets, but it's a wonderful experience and a lot to be gained from that.
Well, you have the centennial of the Texas Aggie Band coming up in 1994, and I know that'll be a big celebration where all the former band members are going to come back.
We're really excited about our 100th coming up in 1994, and we're looking forward to that. We're going to make a recording the coming March, and we're looking forward to releasing that in 94, of course.
Okay. Well, Ray, it's sure good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
We appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks a lot. I'll tell you what, Don, I think that recording will sell, too, won't it?
Oh, sure. That'll be, in fact, the recordings that they have had already are among the best-selling college band albums in the country.
Well, they've got some...
We can't keep them in stock in the bookstores here in town.
You got that may explain why I tried to find one once when I was walking through and couldn't do it. As you can see, the band is still marching around the stack. This is one of the more anticipatory portions of the whole thing. When the band comes in, everyone gets excited, and now they get into a position, and it won't be too long, and we'll see a big, big bonfire.
That's right. The Texas Aggie Bonfire is limited in height now to 55 feet. It grew to 109 feet at one time several years ago, and someone got the idea that maybe we were going to burn the city down. And so they limited it to 55 feet, which still makes it the largest college bonfire in the country. And, of course, the 109 feet made the Guinness Book of World Records as being the largest bonfire ever.
Now, people may wonder, because this is such a big thing for Texas A&M and those folks at TU are the big rivals, have they ever tried to sabotage it? And the answer is yes, they have, but they've never been successful.
Yes, and let me explain to the folks that are watching, we refer to it as TU. They like to tell us that it's the UT over there in Austin, but we know better. It's little t, little u, and all of the Aggies refer to it as TU. And never refer to it as Texas or University of Texas. It's always TU. But yes, indeed, they have tried to come over here and set fire to this bonfire. You know, they used to have a bonfire themselves, Greg.
It wasn't very big, though, was it?
No, it was not very big. It was made out of trash, just trash that they collected, and they couldn't compete with us. And they finally were so embarrassed about it that they did away with that. And so they have a tradition now of putting the hex on the Aggies, where they burn red candles over there and to try and hex the Aggies. But as you know, they have not had very much luck with that in recent years. We've had a pretty consistent winning time going with them. We had one setback by 1 point a couple of years ago, but other than that, for quite some time now, we've been beating Texas on a regular basis.
Well, of course, this is a doubly important game. While the Aggies have already clinched the Cotton Bowl spot, being undefeated, they have a shot at maybe a national championship if they can win out the rest of the year. We might also mention, too, when we see the stack go, it is very large, heavy logs. Now,
yes,
you may wonder, well, gee, isn't that depleting the forest? The reality is no, and in fact, this year there's a new program, I understand, that started last year that is definitely replenishing this wood.
Yes. First of all, we only cut down trees that have been donated to us, land that's going to be cleared anyway. And incidentally, it's a TU graduate that donated the woods this year that we cut down.
He didn't tell the folks.
No, he doesn't tell the folks in Austin. But he donated the land, and what we're doing that you're referring to is we have an operation called replant that takes place in the spring. We planted 10,000 trees last spring, and we'll do the same thing again next spring to make up for the trees that are being taken out. And so these are trees that were going to be destroyed anyway, and so now we're replenishing the environment, and I think it's an excellent program.
Yeah,
we had as many students participated in replant probably as participated in building the bonfire last year.
Bonfire is very large, as I say, because we go on the air when it is already dark right now, unless you've seen it before. You can maybe make out barely at the top of the screen the flash bulbs popping as people are taking pictures.
Okay, the fire's been lit.
And there it goes.
The red pots, which are the people in charge of building the bonfire, have thrown their torches on the fire, and it's rising. You can see at the top of the bonfire is a little house. That's an outhouse, Greg. It's referred to as the TU tea room, and it's the band sophomore's responsibility to put that house up there. For many years, we had to go out and acquire outhouses, but in modern times, there are not any outhouses to acquire, if you can translate that.
That's true.
So we've had to build our own outhouses, and so that's up there on top of the bonfire, and that's been a tradition for many, many, many years.
It is fueled by, of course, the logs and jet fuel, which of course saturates those logs, and that's why it catches as well as it does. One thing that also is not visible, but there is an Austin city limit sign, not an official one.
Yes.
Again, those are made specifically for this situation, but that wasn't always the case either.
Oh, we used to acquire Austin city limit signs, and we have a person in Hearn who donates those signs to us now, so we don't have to go out and cause some trouble for the highway department or for the city of Austin.
Now, we do not have an estimate on the crowd, but all we can say is as far as we can see, there are people. And the crowds have been estimated in past years anywhere from 30 to up to 70,000 in this in the field.
Right.
Not in this field. This is a new location, the polo field. But in their locations, that many people have witnessed bonfire.
That's right. This is a year where the game is played in Austin on Thanksgiving night. And so the crowds usually are a little smaller when the game is being played over there. But I would say that tonight that we easily have 30,000 people here. We'll get an estimate on it tomorrow. They tell me we had 40,000 last time. So I'd say we probably have 30,000 people here, and they've backed away a little bit from the fire as it gets pretty hot down there.
Actually, when it first went up, well, we could feel it quite well here. And how far away would you say we are? 200 yards at least?
Yeah, I'd say so. And you can feel the heat up here. This bonfire took a lot of work. You know, there's like 120,000 hours of work that go into this bonfire with all the students coming out here and working on it. They start way back early in the spring, early in the fall, to work on this bonfire. The center pole goes up about a month ago. And incidentally, there is a center pole, which is spliced telephone poles that they stack those logs against. It holds them in place. They're wired in place. And,
yeah, it's a real engineering feat.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
It will occasionally topple, but generally speaking, the goal is for it to burn so evenly that it doesn't. And so far, it looks pretty sturdy.
It does look pretty sturdy, but that can deceive you sometimes. I've seen it pop open without much notice at all. The flames are going inside of the stack now, and pretty much inside of it, burning from the inside out now.
Now, there is a safety factor. There are fire trucks here. In fact, there are fire hoses laid in case any problems would erupt, and that has not ever been the case. It has been well constructed and well policed by not only the Aggie students and the Red Pots, the people responsible for it, but also the fire people.
Yeah, safety is an important aspect of building a bonfire, even from going out and cutting the logs. They have a safety class that you have to go to. You're required to get a safety card to prove that you've been to this class before you're allowed to go out to the cutting area and allowed to work on the bonfire. Well, we're getting ready to have yell practice now, Greg.
That's a whole other part of the Aggie Bonfire, and we're going to be shifting right up here to the stage as the yell leaders get set to take us through. An occasional Don will pop in and maybe explain some of the yells which are uniquely Texas A&M.
That's right. This is the head yell leader, Tim Isgett, accompanied by his senior yell leaders, Ronnie McDonald and Aiden Pfeiffer. They're the class of 93, and they're starting the yell practice right now, so let's listen in. You notice that they're giving hand signals, Greg. We don't have megaphones here. These are not cheerleaders, they're yell leaders. Everybody knows the hand signals. He's giving a hand signal now. This is for Aggies. See, that's an A that they're making with the hands, and so everybody knows this. And everybody will bend over and put their hands on their knees. The theory being that you can yell better that way. That's called humping it at Texas A&M.
If you look along the crowd, you see former students, alumni, friends, they're all Aggies.
I can see people out here that look like they're in their 60s or 70s. I see little children that are elementary school age and younger sitting on their father's shoulders, and in some cases their grandfather's shoulders. This is a family affair at Texas A&M. You know, there are no former Aggies. Once you're an Aggie, you're always an Aggie. And we start some of these folks pretty young. One of our regents is up here on the platform with us, with his grandson with us. And he's getting him started early. But it is that was Farmer's Fight, an old traditional.
All right, Aggies, it's great to be out here tonight to see how fine Texas Aggie Bonfire burning, Aggies. You got a man who wants to talk to you in here. This will be his fifth bonfire. He's been here 5 years now. Our very own president, William H. Mowood. Howdy. Aggies, this is a great bunch of young leaders we have at Texas A&M. Way to go, young leaders. Good job. We got one of the superb football teams in the history of Texas A&M. Coach Arson, welcome. Thanks to you and your team. Great job. And how about that fighting Texas Aggie band of A&M, huh? And to the Red Pots and the thousands of you that have once again demonstrated the teamwork of Texas A&M, thanks for putting together a great bonfire of 1992. Thank you, Aggies. Let me also just take a moment to thank all our friends out here in Bryan College Station, the police, the firemen, and all the merchants in the area. We appreciate your support of Bonfire in Texas A&M. Have a great night, Aggies, and have a great night tomorrow night. Here you go, Aggies. All right, Aggies, we got another very special group here with us tonight. They're standing right behind me. It's the Fighting Texas Aggie football team, Aggies.
who doesn't need an introduction. He's led us to 11-0 right now. We're going to go down to Austin 2 days from now and kick some T-SIP butt. We're going to 12-0, Ags. Hey, Ags, whip it up for Coach R.C. Slocum.
Honey! On this fun. I tell you, we don't know what we're going to do to pass the time between now and the next couple of days so we can go to Austin and tee it up with the Longhorns. We've got some guys here that's going to take the ball to Austin. They're anxious to get started. Challenger 7 right down here in front of me is going to take this as the game ball for the game. And Ruben Tapia, where's Ruben? Right, can you catch? Take that thing and run with it.
This is one of the outfits in the Corps. They're going to run that ball.
This has really been a fun season. And I don't think there's ever been a football team since I've been here that's more represented the spirit of Texas A&M than this team. You know, starting the year, we lost some great players, and we started off, and we struggled in some ball games, but with the heart of this team and with the support of the 12th man, we've gone through 11 of them. Had anybody beaten us yet? We've gotten one of our goals achieved. We are the champions. Which means that we go back to Dallas in the Cotton Bowl on New Year's Day. We still have some work to do, though, Ags. We got a little unfinished business. We're going over to Austin Thursday night, and this group right here is going to go over and beat the hell out of TU, I'll tell you that right now. We've got a couple of guys that I want to talk to you. All of them would like to talk to you. A couple of them I don't want to talk to you. But we've got a couple of guys that I think really exemplify what the Aggie spirit's all about. I want to start off with our punter, David Davis. He was a walk-on from Luke, Texas. Wanted to come to Texas A&M because he thought it was the best school anywhere. And he wasn't tired of playing football, and he came out and asked if he could come out and try to earn himself a scholarship, make the Fighting Aggie team, and he did. He's the best punter I've ever been around, and he's one of the big reasons why we're undefeated 11-0. David Davis, our punter.
Howdy, Ags. How many of you are going to be in Dallas with us on January 1st? I'll tell you one thing, we've got a little, first things come first. Thursday night, there's a group of guys over in Austin that wants to ruin our perfect season. But I'll tell you one thing, you go over there and you give another great performance in the stands, and I guarantee you we'll come back with 12 victories this year.
The next guy, I think, again, really is a testimony to what Aggie Spirit's all about. We went out to California to play our first ball game. He had been stricken with a strange illness. They were saying he wasn't going to be able to play. They were saying he wasn't going to be able to play. He lined up about the first play he's in the game, ran back there and knocked their quarterback on his back. Marcus Buckley.
Howdy, Ags. First, I'd like to thank all the Aggie fans. I want you to know one thing. It's been a long season. Like Coach Slocum said, we got to take care of some business Thursday night. But we can't do it without you, because you all have been great to us. You made my career great, and a lot of seniors up here careers great. And I'll tell you what, Thursday night, it's going to be on.
Thank you, Marcus. Two great guys, and I guarantee they're representative of all the rest of these guys up here. 9 seniors been going over for their last ball game at TU. These guys have had a great record. You've been coming to see them play out here on Kyle Field. Last 4 years, they've lost 1 game by 1 point in 4 years at Kyle Field. They're going to come back over here after the game Thursday night, and they'll be the winningest team in the history of Texas A&M. One word before I turn this back over to the Yale leaders. Let's go over to Austin. Let's kick their tails, but let's do it with a whole bunch of class like Aggies do everything they do.
The soprano that the folks here singing in the background is Reveille, who likes to take part in all of these yells.
Yes, Reveille is barking down here. This is our mascot that we met earlier today.
Aggie land. And tensions filled the air. All knew there was a trip at hand, but not a soul knew where. Assembled on the drill field was the world-renowned 12th man. The entire Aggie team and the fighting Aggie band. Out in front with Royal Guard, the reviewing party stood. St. Peter and his angel staff were choosing bad from good. First he surveyed the Aggie team, and in terms of an angel swore, by Jove, I do believe I've seen this gallant group before. I've seen them play since way back when, and they've always had the grit. I've seen them lose and I've seen them win, but I've never seen them quit. No need for us to tarry here, deciding upon their fates. 'Tis plain as a halo on my head that they've opened heaven's gates. Now when the 12th man heard this, they let out a mighty yell that echoed clear to heaven and shook the gates of hell. What group is this upon my side? St. Peter asked his aid, that swelled as if to burst with pride when we our judgment made. Why, sir, that's the cadet corps. That's known both far and wide for backing up the Aggie team, whether they've won or lost or tied. Well then, said St. Peter, as plain as it can be, that within the realms of heaven they should spend eternity. Now have the Aggie band at once commence to play. For their fates too we must decide upon this crucial day. And the drum major, so hearing, slowly raised his hand and said, boys, let's play the spirit for the last time in Aggie land. And the band poured forth the anthem in notes so bright and clear, and 40,000 Aggie voices sang the song they hold so dear. And when the band had finished playing, St. Peter wiped his eyes and said, it's not hard to see, but they're meant for paradise. Then the colonel of cadets spoke as he stiffly took his stand. It's just another corps trip, boys. We'll march in behind the band.
They have the traditional.
That is the last corps trip, yes, and that's a traditional poem read at Bonfire every year.
And again, the signals to the crowd as to what's coming next.
Yes, we're going to sing the Spirit of Aggie Land.
That is for the cheer, beat the H out of TU.
That's right.
Among other things.
That's one of the most popular yells around here.
And you got it right. They're going to do it again.
You hear Reveille. Be sure they got it right.
Yeah.
This is traditionally the way they end all yell practices. 15-15, farmers fight, and call it a night. Okay, Greg, that's our yell practice.
We've got a special guest. Why don't we bring him in? Talk as his pride and joy is burning. You got the head man that was in charge of putting it together.
That's right. We have the head red pot here, the head stack, Steve Owens. Steve, how are you tonight?
I'm doing real good.
How do you feel about the bonfire?
It's good. It's burning good. It fell a little early, but oh well. It wasn't meant to stay up.
Listen, Steve is a senior, and he was in charge of building all this bonfire. Steve, how many folks did you have helping on this?
As many one-timers, I'd say at least 10,000 people came out, including cut and stack. And then you had your regulars, which is about 2,000 of those guys.
So everybody came out and helped. Were there any problems this year?
No, there wasn't any. We thought it was going to be a big problem moving to this field, but it hadn't been any problems for us, and it's going to be better next year.
Now that you're over here, how do you feel about the new field?
I like it. It's better than Duncan Field is. It drains real well, and it really doesn't matter. It's inclined because the stack goes straight up, so it doesn't really matter.
You have some mechanical help to help you out, too. Where does that come from?
We get it from Old Ags. We, in the summer, the juniors go through and they raise equipment and money to support the bonfire. All of our equipment comes from Old Ags or friends of the Aggies. We get it out of Houston, Dallas, Temple, Cameron. All around here we get equipment.
Now, Steve, where are you from?
I'm from Rockdale, Texas.
Rockdale. That's not very far away.
No, sir.
Okay, but you're having a good time being the head stack this year, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of work, wasn't it?
It's a lot of work, but let me tell you what, it's worth it. You see all these people out here, they came to see it, and we built it so they could come and see it.
Well, congratulations on having a great bonfire this year.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You, of course, are watching the 1992 Texas Aggie Bonfire. And Don, as the fire continues to burn,
let's get the yell leaders.
Yeah, we got a couple yell leaders here. Let's bring them on over here and get a few words with them.
Yeah, this is the head yell leader. Head yell leader, Tim Isgett. Tim, great reading of the poem this year.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Took me a while to memorize, but I had a good time doing it, and it was a lot of fun. I'm glad it went off well. Sounded all right down there. So.
You got your helpers here with you, too.
Yes, so this is Ronnie McDonald and Aiden Pfeiffer.
Howdy, Ronnie.
Howdy.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, and Aiden?
Yes, sir. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. These are the three senior yell leaders. We have 3 seniors and 2 juniors.
Yes.
Tell us how you get to be a yell leader.
Well, it's a student body election thing. If you want to run for junior yell leader, you run the spring semester of your sophomore year. For senior, you run when you're a junior. It's a lot of fun. It's the best job on campus, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you get a lot of exposure.
Yes, sir.
I saw Ronnie out Saturday morning having an impromptu yell practice with some folks. Wasn't that right, Ronnie?
Yes, sir. From Bastrop, Texas, my hometown.
So you were teaching them yells right there in front of the fountain at the Rudder Fountain.
Yes, sir. And everybody just started joining in. I was like, God, we're having yell practice like Kyle Field in a little while.
Well, this has been a great yell practice, and we've had a lot of folks here tonight. This is a big crowd. I can't make an estimate on it, but it's got to be at least 30,000 to 40,000 people here.
Yes, sir, definitely. I was real pleased with the crowd that came out here tonight. It's always good to see a bunch of Aggies come out and support, the football team.
Okay. Okay, we're glad that you're here, and congratulations on having a great season.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the fire continues to burn. I think, Don, we may have some activities surrounding this football team, and we also have some activities, of course, here at the bonfire site. But it's been a great football season for the Aggies so far, with all the victories in every attempt they've had. They've won.
That's
now,
right.
of course, with the big one with Texas and the Cotton Bowl, and maybe even greater honors yet.
That's right. There's been some controversy about us being rated 4th instead of 3rd in the nation, with there only being 3 undefeated, untied teams left. But we are 4th, and the way with the Bowl Alliance is set up this year, who knows? We might wind up playing for number 1 in the Cotton Bowl this year.
You know, that's true. That's the big thing. Just take care of business, as
That's
Aggie
right.
fans are saying, and then worry about what happens when it happens.
Yeah, we have tied our record now, you know, with 11 wins this year. That's the most we ever had.
Some of the great moments of the season so far. Well, let's relive some of them for Aggie football fans. This, of course, the great offensive performance of Greg Hill. He has been a great player in his short career so far for the Aggies.
Yeah, this is a TCU game. It was a great performance in the TCU game. I mean, he ran hard this time with people hanging all over him and got extra yards.
The criticism the Aggies had earlier in the year was the offense, but they scored some points in the last couple of games out. They seem to be getting it together.
Well, Corey Pulling came on, who is a true freshman. He was playing high school football at this time last year. He came on and gave us a little extra spark. We were pleased that Granger got us as far as he did. But Corey came in and gave us a little extra dimension to our offense now.
And you know what's impressive about this team, Don, as you know very well, being an Aggie, this is a young football team. In fact, there won't be much room for a whole lot of recruits.
No, that's right. We'll probably have a small recruiting class this year because we lose so few seniors. We don't have that many scholarships to give. But R.C. Slocum has come in here, and he is the winningest coach that we've ever had for the 4 years that he's been involved in this.
To me, as a non-former student of Texas A&M, is that the traditions have held on as long as they have. You know, especially since the school has gotten so big, and the bonfire is just one of them. That you think about what it takes to build this bonfire, and that has continued throughout the years.
Well, that is amazing. You know, when everybody was in the Corps, there was some pressure on people to participate. We've got some video to show you about this bonfire being built. This is completely voluntary now. With the majority of our students not being in the Corps of Cadets, they don't have to come out and do this. They come out because they want to. It's the camaraderie that's involved. It's everybody working together to accomplish something that nobody else can do. We have a saying around here, if it was easy, anybody could do it.
And this, of course, is the raising of the center pole. It's a rather big event of itself.
Oh, yes. That was the cannon. We have a cannon that our Corps of Cadets has that marches. Incidentally, we're a little upset. The University of Texas is not going to let us bring it over to Memorial Stadium. But it'll be there in spirit anyway.
Oh, well, yeah, there'll be people going boom just to see him when the Aggie football team has success. And again, the tradition here and the rivalry with University of Texas, or TU, as Don correctly pointed out, Aggies will have to call them TU. I'll be a little more neutral, but the fact remains it's a good-natured rivalry, at least in recent years.
Well, semi-good-natured. How about that? But we have had a rivalry for a long time, and for many years in the beginning, the University of Texas outscored us. We never lose a game. We're sometimes outscored.
Yes.
But we're closing in on them now, and we're winning more games all the time.
That's why you are. What have we got here? Oh, we got somebody.
We got somebody I want to introduce. I talked about this earlier before.
Let's try this. Yeah, let's do
this. This is one of our regents, Doug DeCluett, and he's got his grandson with him, Matthew. Hi, Matthew.
Hi.
Hi. You're on television. Did you know that? Yeah. Mr. DeCluett's been on our board of regents, and those are the people who really are all of our bosses here at Texas A&M. And we appreciate the hard work that you do for us.
Well, thank you. We appreciate the opportunity to work with you and work with everybody else. It's a great team.
Is this Matthew's first bonfire?
It's Matthew's first bonfire. He's 2.5 years old, and he has a long Aggie heritage.
Oh, he sees somebody out there. He sees him on television. Can you see?
He sees himself on television.
Yeah.
It's a great night.
Yes.
Matthew's been talking about it, seeing the Texas Aggie Band and R.C. Slocum and the Aggie Bonfire, and he even sings a song. So we're having a great night.
Yeah. And let's see, he'll be about the class of what?
We haven't even counted that up yet, but he will be.
He will be. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
I see you've got somebody
Yeah,
here
I
to
got
talk
somebody. This is a guy that's extremely busy all season long, all year long. He's a sports information director here at Texas A&M, Alan Cannon, but particularly this year because when you've got an undefeated football team ranked in the top 10, ranked 4th or 3rd, depending on which poll you're going by, and all the good things that have happened, everybody wants to get more, don't they?
They really do, Greg. I tell you, it's been an enjoyable year here at Texas A&M, and with Coach Slocum and the type of kids that he brings into this program, it's a joy for a sports information director to work with. And the response we receive from the media when they come, CNN, ESPN, several other HSE themselves, that the word that always is associated with a lot of these players is class.
Yeah, well, I think that's an important point because R.C. Slocum, I think he shows it, and it's not just a show. He really is a class person.
He really is, and I think that his coaching staff, the players, really follow in his footsteps, so to speak, and that's the type of players that he recruits. He brings to the campus people that the Aggies that are across the nation will be proud to represent this university.
It is refreshing because in this day and age, some people have the feeling that to get to the top, you can't be full of class, or you got to cut corners, or you got to do a few things. And R.C. Slocum has never had to do that, and he's been successful. That makes everyone in sports happy.
It really does. Evidence of this fact is the fact this last week, a TCU game, or possibly a SMU game earlier this year, Coach Slocum could have left in his starters. Greg Hill had 130 yards in the third quarter of an SMU game. Instead of piling up the yards, it might help Greg All-American, but he wanted Rodney Thomas, Wilbert Biggins, several other players to play. And what that does, that helps the team concept, and that's what this game's all about, it's a team.
Well, not only that, as you know very well, the unfortunate situation with the polls is sometimes you got to win big to go up in the polls, and that's, again, sort of defeating the whole concept.
Well, I think so, but I really and truly believe, Greg, when we come down to the final say-so, a very big weekend this weekend, A&M, Texas, Auburn, Alabama, and then if Alabama gets past Auburn, they've got to face Florida in that SEC championship, that a lot of games to be played, and I still believe that if there are two undefeated teams left, when it comes bowl time, if the pollsters, I think, would want to see those two teams play one another.
Well, it's going to be fun for you and very busy for you. Thanks for stopping by.
You betcha, Greg. Thank you, Don. Appreciate it.
Okay, Don, what do you got here?
Okay, we've got Ronnie McDonald who came back up here mostly. Ronnie, I want you to tell me what you're going to do over there in Austin tomorrow.
We're going to beat the hell out of TU, and first of all.
But I told Greg earlier that we never referred to them as University of Texas, do it.
TU. We are the University of Texas. We're the first, the best, and the foremost university, Texas A&M University. TU, they're a bunch of T-sippers, because we call them T-sippers.
That's right. You know, we're the oldest state institution of higher learning here in the state of Texas. We're older than the University of Texas.
Right. It's always been said that all the rejects from Texas A&M went to TU. I mean, if you couldn't make it, you had to go to TU. So.
But you spent 2 years as a yell leader. How do you like it?
Love it. It's one of the best experiences that I've had, and just meeting people and being able to motivate the 12th man, and it's just terrific. You can't really put it into words, you know. I was sitting up looking at some of the pictures from last year and everything, and my girlfriend laughed at me because a tear came to my eye because I knew that it was coming to the end. I was saying this is one of the best nights, and I guess one of the saddest nights for me because all of this is coming to the end. A year later, Texas A&M University.
Yeah, but you got 2 more games.
2 more games.
2 more football games.
And not even hopefully, a national championship is coming.
And you can always go out there and stand out there where all the 40,000 were tonight.
Right.
When you graduate.
Ronnie,
y'all gonna make me start crying here in a minute.
You see,
start wiping
Aggies
tears.
feel pretty strong about this girl. Thank you, Ronnie.
All right, thanks a lot. Giggle. See you in Austin.
Thanks a lot. Well, hey, this has been an enjoyable evening once again. As the fire continues to burn, we might mention once again that those logs have all been replaced under the new program that the school started last year.
Yes, that's right. The 10,000 trees that we placed. We had a new thing also here this year. We had a large 9x12 TV screen out here. Oh, yeah. So this crowd was able to see what was going on the platform. It was donated by the Pepsi-Cola people. And so we appreciate their interest in Texas A&M University. They brought this screen in here this afternoon and set it up, and all these folks could see what you and I were doing as well as what the yell leaders were doing.
I don't know
so
if we
it helped
want
a
to
great
see
deal.
what we were doing, but
Yeah.
at least what the yell leaders were doing, that was a good idea. We want to thank everyone, of course, for being with us again on the telecast, the folks at KAMU and the people at HSE that are picking this up. Of course, this is shown live on KAMU and being shown by delay on HSE same night. It was a little shorter program here on the stand tonight. There have been years in which we've barely gotten it all in before we had to leave the air, but I guess everyone's really focused on Thursday's game.
They're focused on Thursday's game. Tim had this really organized this year, and it worked out great.
It sure did. Nice crisp night, good night for a big fire, even if it is outside at the Aggie Bonfire. Don, again, great to work with you. That's 14 down for you, 15 next year.
That's right.
And we hope to be back as well for those of you that are watching it on the telecast on Home Sports Entertainment. So until then, speaking for Don, no, I'll let Don, the final words regarding Texas A&M.
Texas A&M is a great school. I'm glad to be associated with it. We'll see all of you in Austin on Thursday night.
All right, that's it for tonight, the 1992 Texas Aggie Bonfire.
Aggie Bonfire 92 has been brought to you by Pepsi-Cola. Pepsi-Cola is proud to sponsor the Fightin' Texas Aggie Bonfire. Win in 92. Additional funding was provided by the Association of Former Students at Texas A&M University. 175,000 members strong.